Welcome to the AXA Engineers podcast, episode 34. I'm really delighted you could join us today as we get started on another deep dive. In this fast-paced world we're in, staying ahead. Well, it isn't just about working harder, is it? It's about working smarter. And frankly, nowhere is that more true than in civil engineering. It's such a dynamic field. So today, we're not just scratching the surface. We're taking a proper look, a comprehensive look at how strategic partnerships in civil engineering outsourcing, particularly with a firm like AXA Engineers, are really fundamentally reshaping project success right across our industry. We're going to dig into what makes a firm a truly trusted partner, how they're helping companies, well, like yours, navigate these challenges. And they are getting more complex, aren't they? Modern civil infrastructure.
Absolutely. And it's a discussion that couldn't be more timely, really. What's fascinating, I think, is just how the whole landscape of project execution is shifting. The ability to form these strategic alliances to leverage specialized external expertise. Well, it's not just a nice to have anymore, not just a competitive advantage. It's actually becoming a cornerstone, an absolute cornerstone for innovation, for sustained growth. Firms are realizing, they just can't be masters of absolutely everything. And knowing when and exactly how to integrate external capabilities, that's becoming paramount.
Totally agree. And as we unpack these insights, these critical points, we really do invite you, our listener, to follow us. And please share your thoughts in the comments, your perspectives that genuinely enrich our community. We love hearing from you. Right. So the mission for this deep dive, what we want to do is give you a really clear, in-depth understanding of the tangible benefits, the proven track record of effective civil engineering outsourcing. And we're using AXA Engineers as a prime example here, showing some best practices. Our goal is to go beyond just the surface level claims, give you a really detailed picture, a picture of how partnering with a firm like AXA Engineers can genuinely lead to those aha moments, those crucial breakthroughs that translate directly into a real competitive advantage, especially in a demanding sector like civil engineering.
Precisely. Yeah, we're not just here to sort of present information dryly. We're going to dissect how firms, through smart, strategic outsourcing, well, they aren't just finding quick fixes, not just immediate solutions to project problems. Instead, what they're discovering is a clear path, an actionable pathway to elevating their entire approach to project execution, fostering real innovation, and crucially, mitigating those often unseen costs, those cumulative costs of inefficiency, which can subtly but, significantly undermine even the most advanced firms, the ones with the best intentions. So this isn't just about offloading tasks. It's truly about strategic enhancement. One, the unseen costs of inefficiency, why civil engineering outsourcing is more critical than ever.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's use a scenario, one that many of you listening might find incredibly familiar. So you're deep into a complex civil engineering project. Maybe it's a new urban development, could be a crucial bridge repair, maybe a massive infrastructure upgrade. You've got a talented team, you've got the cutting-edge software, a clear vision, all the pieces seem to be there. But then you start feeling it, this subtle friction, a sense that your internal workflows are kind of ironically working against you, not for you. It's that gnawing frustration. When your sophisticated BIM processes, which should be accelerating things, boosting collaboration, instead, they seem to be subtly, maybe even silently, sabotaging your efforts. So the question is, are your processes holding you back more than you might realize?
Oh, this is such a common thing, and frankly, a critical pain point right across the civil engineering industry. What's really fascinating, I find, is how often these incredibly powerful tools, especially BIM, building information modeling, how often they're underutilized. And it's usually not because firms haven't invested in the tech. It's more often these foundational operational inefficiencies. They stop firms from truly harnessing the potential. Think about common issues like data silos, where critical project information is just fragmented. It's all over the place. Different departments, different software, sometimes even just individual team members holding key bits. This makes seamless collaboration feel less like a smooth process and more like a frustrating game of telephone. Vital data gets lost, or misinterpreted, or just duplicated, which leads to rework, redundant effort.
Yeah, and these aren't just minor irritations, are they? These data silos, these communication gaps, they can show up in really tangible ways, often painful ways for engineers. For instance, you might have the design team using one piece of software, the structural team another, maybe the environmental consultants a third one.
Yeah.
Just bringing these systems, ensuring data integrity, keeping track of model versions across such a mixed tech stack, it becomes this huge task, almost Herculean. I've heard so many stories. Engineers spending hours just converting files or manually reconciling discrepancies between models that, in theory, should be speaking the same language. It really is like having that high-performance sports car, but you're stuck driving it with the parking brake jammed on. All that power, all that potential, just severely hampered by this operational friction.
Exactly. That's a great analogy. And when your internal resources are constantly bogged down by these systemic issues, whether it's wrestling with fragmented data or untangling miscommunications or just constantly troubleshooting interoperability problems between different software versions, it inevitably shifts their focus away from the core engineering tasks, the high-value stuff. So in that kind of environment, specialized civil engineering outsourcing, it really transforms. It goes from being just an option, maybe a nice to have, to an absolute necessity. If you want to maintain momentum, if you want to achieve real progress, it becomes this critical strategic lever. It offers a way out of that BIM bottleneck you mentioned. And it lets firms truly unlock their potential by, offloading these intensive, often repetitive, but absolutely crucial tasks to expert partners like AXA Engineers.
That's a really crucial distinction, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just about saving a bit of money then. It's about strategic resource allocation. It's about overcoming those internal roadblocks.
Precisely. These inefficiencies, they weren't minor annoyances at all. They represent major roadblocks to success. They impact everything, from the integrity of the design itself to the project timelines and ultimately the overall profitability. And they compound, they create this ripple effect right across the entire project lifecycle.
Okay, let's talk specifics. Let's talk about the real-world consequences, because AXA Engineers, with their deep understanding of the industry, they highlight these very clearly. And we're not just talking minor inconveniences, like you said. We're talking significant impacts. Impacts on a firm's bottom line, its ability to innovate, even its reputation, its hard-earned reputation.
Right.
So what are the tangible costs? What do these inefficient workflows actually cost a firm?
Well, indeed. These inefficient workflows, particularly around BIM, they're far from a small matter. As you said, they're a major roadblock. Firstly, something we consistently see is project delays and budget overruns. It's almost inevitable. In civil engineering, maybe more than many fields, time really is money. Every single day, a project runs over schedule. That's a day eating directly into your profits. It can potentially turn what looked like a successful venture into a financial headache. Think about the extended equipment rental costs, penalties for missed deadlines, just the general increase in labor hours. These aren't abstract numbers. They hit the project's financial health directly. Secondly, there's the increased risk of errors and rework. We've probably all been there. That incredibly frustrating cycle. Taking one step forward, feeling good, and then maddeningly taking two steps back. This might mean rerunning clash detections because the model wasn't updated properly, or redoing detailed drawings because someone used an outdated survey file, or even, in more severe cases, actually having to demolish and rebuild sections on site. And all the while, the clock is just ticking, relentlessly. And the costs are mounting. This translates into wasted resources, lost time, and frankly, a significant hit to team morale. It also damages client trust, doesn't it, when schedules slip and quality issues pop up. But this raises an even more important question, I think, one that gets into the strategic future of a firm. What potential breakthroughs, what genuinely innovative solutions are being lost? When your talented internal teams are just perpetually stuck troubleshooting these preventable operational issues, imagine the time an engineer could be spending on value engineering, or researching sustainable materials, or exploring generative design options, or optimizing for climate resilience, really high-value work, but instead they're tied up fixing problems that shouldn't have happened in the first place. So the true cost of inefficiency, it's not just financial. It's the cost of lost innovation. It's the cost of competitive stagnation. That thought. Yeah, that genuinely keeps me up at night, too. It's not just about keeping pace, is it? It's about actually pulling ahead. And AXA Engineers makes this point very clear. In today's really competitive market, failing to optimize these critical workflows, it means you're not just treading water, you're actively falling behind. It's that simple. Your competitors, they're leveraging every single advantage they can find. And if you're spending your valuable resources, your best people's time on fighting inefficiencies, you're just ceding ground. This really underscores why forward-thinking firms are increasingly turning to civil engineering outsourcing, not just as a cost-cutting measure, although that can be part of it, but as a strategic imperative, a way to gain that crucial edge. To move from constantly reacting to problems to proactively driving innovation and efficiency in how they deliver projects.
Exactly. It's about that fundamental shift from a reactive problem-solving mode to a proactive value creation mode. 2, the AXA Engineers advantage, revolutionizing civil engineering workflows. Okay, so we've painted that picture, bit bleak perhaps with the frustration and the real costs of stagnation. Let's shift gears now. Let's embrace the positive vision. Imagine, if you will,
a civil engineering workflow that's so incredibly streamlined, so finely tuned, that your internal team can genuinely focus all their energy, all their creativity on innovation, on strategic planning, on client relationships, instead of being constantly bogged down by troubleshooting or data reconciliation or those repetitive drafting tasks. It sounds like what a dream scenario for a lot of project managers and lead engineers out there, doesn't it?
Yeah. It absolutely does. And this right here is precisely where a strategic partner like AXA Engineers truly stands out in the whole civil engineering outsourcing landscape. If we connect this to the bigger picture, AXA Engineers, they aren't just offering like a supplementary service. They're not just filling gaps. They're actually offering a profound transformation, a transformation of an entire operational way of working. They deliver a future where those pain points we just discussed, well, they become relics of the past. Let's break down what this transformation actually looks like in practice. First, you can imagine significant cost savings. And I mean significant. We're not just talking minor tweaks here. We're talking financial benefits that would make, any finance team sit up and take notice. Do a double take. And this comes from a few different angles. Optimizing resource allocation using a highly skilled, specialized external team efficiently. Reducing those overhead costs tied to in-house expansion. Things like software licenses, training budgets, even office space. And crucially, improving project efficiency to minimize those budget overruns we talked about earlier. So it's really about getting more done faster, often with a leaner internal structure, which ultimately boosts the profitability of the firm and its projects.
Okay, so real, tangible financial benefits. That's compelling. What else?
Well, secondly, envision seamless collaboration. We're talking about integration that's so smooth, so effective, that it genuinely feels like your entire project team, both your in-house people and the outsourced team from AXA Engineers, are working with one mind on the same page. And this is achieved through things like really well-established communication protocols, common data environments, CDEs, shared project management platforms, and a really deep understanding of BIM interoperability standards. That's key. Information just flows effortlessly. It reduces misinterpretations, minimizes that dreaded rework, and makes sure everyone is working from the latest, most accurate data. Always. It fosters a truly unified approach, which in turn accelerates decision-making and overall project velocity.
Right, so breaking down those silos we mentioned earlier.
Exactly. And this seamless collaboration, this efficiency, it directly leads to superior project outcomes. It has to, really. When a team isn't burdened by operational friction, when they can truly focus on what they do best, the quality of the final product inevitably rises. Projects get delivered not just on time and within budget, which is already great, but with a higher degree of precision, more innovation, better adherence to specifications. And this translates into clients, singing your praises, not just for the quality of the end result, but for the smooth, transparent, efficient process of getting there. That enhances your firm's reputation. It builds trust. It creates a really strong foundation for future business, repeat business.
That reputation piece is huge in civil engineering.
It is. And let's not forget the enhanced competitive edge you gain in the market. In a world where, let's face it, every civil engineering firm is striving to go lean, to optimize every single process they can, you won't just be keeping up, you'll actually be leading the pack. By leveraging expert civil engineering outsourcing, like with AXA Engineers, you gain agility, the ability to scale up or down quickly as project demands change. You get access to specialized skills without the long-term commitment and cost of hiring full-time staff. And you gain the capacity to potentially take on more projects simultaneously, or bigger projects. This strategic advantage lets you innovate faster, respond to market opportunities more swiftly, and ultimately set new benchmarks for efficiency and excellence within the industry.
What's really exciting here is that this isn't just about patching things up, fixing what's broken, or making minor tweaks around the edges. This is genuinely about elevating your entire approach to both BIM and lean construction methodologies. It's about transforming the way you work fundamentally from the ground up, changing your operational DNA, if you like, to be more agile, more efficient, more innovative. And that seems to be a core promise of AXA Engineers and their whole approach to civil engineering outsourcing. It's not just fixing a specific problem, it's about revolutionizing your entire project delivery framework. They effectively become an extension of your own team, right? But infused with best practices and this unwavering commitment to operational excellence. 3, real-world impact. AXA Engineers success stories in action. Okay, now it's one thing to talk about streamlining workflows, achieving these big transformations in theory. We can all talk a good game, but nothing speaks louder, does it? Nothing builds trust more effectively than actual client success. Tangible, measurable results out there in the real world. And AXA Engineers, they've truly built a fantastic reputation based on delivering exactly that. It's really powerful to see how civil engineering outsourcing, where you find the right partner, a trusted and capable firm like AXA Engineers, how it can directly impact a client's business growth, their operational excellence. Let's look at some real examples directly from their clients, examples that really bring these benefits to life.
Absolutely. These testimonials, they really underscore the profound impact. The practical impact AXA Engineers has, not just on day-to-day operations, but on their partners' long-term strategic goals, too. Take Chris Loes, for example. He's the president of List Engineering PC. He highlights how AXA's design and drafting support was so effective, so seamlessly integrated into his firm, that it actually enabled him to expand his business. Now, what's really fascinating here is the ripple effect. AXA's expertise didn't just help get projects done, it effectively freed up his internal resources, his key people. And this liberation allowed Chris to strategically focus on growth initiatives, on client acquisition, on tackling higher level engineering challenges, instead of being perpetually bogged down by the day-to-day operational stuff, the demanding grind of drafting. And he commends the AXA team specifically for being knowledgeable, responsive, and incredibly pleasant to work with. Now, those factors, they are absolutely crucial for any successful, harmonious civil engineering outsourcing partnership, aren't they? It speaks volumes about a level of professionalism that goes beyond just technical skill. It points to genuine collaboration.
Wow, that's a huge endorsement. Enabling actual business expansion. That's a massive game changer for any firm, especially in a competitive market like this. It really speaks to the depth and quality of AXA engineer support. It's not just task completion, it's genuine strategic enablement.
Absolutely. Then we have Hassenoehrl, the president of Celtic Engineering. His feedback really emphasizes AXA's professionalism and thoroughness and their consistent ability to deliver high-quality projects efficiently. Now, this isn't just about hitting deadlines. It's about consistently exceeding expectations, both in the caliber of the output, the quality, and the precision of the work. For Eric, AXA Engineers proved themselves to be a truly reliable partner, one that upheld the gold standard in civil engineering, consistently showing their unwavering commitment to excellence in civil engineering outsourcing, this meticulous attention to detail, this unwavering quality control. These seem to be hallmarks of their approach, making sure every single deliverable meets the highest industry standards.
So it's not just about speed then. It's about the caliber of the output, which, let's be honest, is absolutely paramount in our field. Compromising quality just to go faster. That's a trap no reputable engineering firm ever wants to fall into.
Precisely. Couldn't agree more. And then there's Casey Palma, president of Palmaland Planning, Inc. He vividly describes how AXA's proactive and detail-oriented approach actively helped elevate his own firm's internal processes and capabilities. Now, this shows a much deeper level of engagement than just project support, doesn't it? This is genuine capacity building. AXA Engineers, in this case, they didn't just execute tasks given to them. They became an integral extension of Palmaland Planning's own team, enhancing their internal strengths, empowering them to tackle more complex, more ambitious projects with greater confidence, greater efficiency, this proactive guidance helping improve processes. That's a significant differentiator, I think. It allows clients not just to outsource tasks, but to actually learn and evolve alongside their partner.
Right. So if we look at the common threads here, weaving through these really powerful testimonials, it's abundantly clear that AXA Engineers' deep commitment to excellence, combined with truly effective, transparent communication. Well, it isn't just marketing talk. It's a foundational cornerstone. It's how they revolutionize client workflows and consistently help them achieve new heights, new levels of success. These stories aren't just about getting tasks done faster or cheaper. They're about fostering sustainable growth, elevating project quality, and building that deep, enduring trust through strategic civil engineering outsourcing.
You know, this brings to mind a powerful quote, one that AXA Engineers themselves champion. It's often attributed to Henry Ford. Coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. Now, this isn't just, a pithy saying for a website. It's actually a profound description of AXA's own collaborative spirit, their philosophy of building lasting, impactful relationships. It really speaks to a partnership model that goes way beyond just transactional service.
That's a fantastic point, and it perfectly encapsulates that long-term vision, doesn't it? It really highlights that engaging AXA Engineers for civil engineering outsourcing, it isn't really about a transaction. It's not just pay for service. It's about forging a true partnership, an enduring one. It's about having a dedicated team that really walks alongside their clients through the challenges, through the successes, ensuring that the combined effort leads to something far greater than just the sum of its parts. It's about shared goals, isn't it, and mutual growth. 4, tailored solutions, an enduring partnership with AXA Engineers. Okay, so the big question then, How exactly does AXA Engineers consistently pull this off, achieve these remarkable results? How do they translate that vision into tangible success for their clients time after time? Because it's clearly not a one-size-fits-all approach, not an off-the-shelf solution, which, as we know, rarely works in our complex, nuanced industry. So how do they consistently deliver such impactful, such customized transformations through civil engineering outsourcing?
Yeah, that's a crucial distinction, and it really lies at the heart of their success. AXA Engineers fundamentally gets it. They understand that every single firm has its own unique challenges, its specific operational bottlenecks, its distinct strategic opportunities. And this is precisely why they offer a really comprehensive suite of tailored BIM optimization and civil engineering outsourcing services. These are far from generic packages. They are highly personalized solutions, meticulously designed to meet you exactly where you are right now in your current operational landscape, and then expertly guide you to exactly where you aspire to be. Their process, it typically begins with their highly skilled expert consultants who work really closely hand in hand with your team. They don't just, skim the surface. They really delve deep into your existing workflows. They conduct thorough assessments to identify your unique challenges, yes, but also to uncover those latent opportunities for improvement that maybe you haven't even seen yet. And from this in-depth analysis, they craft solutions that genuinely fit like a glove, addressing your specific needs with real precision, but also with forward-thinking foresight. This could involve anything, from developing custom BIM families and templates to optimizing data exchange protocols or implementing specific quality control checks tailored exactly to your project types.
That's incredibly reassuring, actually. It suggests a deeply integrated solution, not just an external team blindly following instructions. It's about genuine understanding first.
Absolutely. And their commitment, it extends far beyond just setting up new systems and then, walking away, handing over the keys. A critical component, and one that's often undervalued, I think, is that they provide comprehensive training. This ensures your internal team can fully understand, adopt, and crucially maximize the benefits of these newly optimized workflows. This goes way beyond simple civil engineering outsourcing. This is about empowerment, genuine empowerment. It's about equipping your team with the essential knowledge, the practical skills to independently leverage the improvements, to maintain the systems, and to continue to thrive long after the initial implementation phase. They foster self-sufficiency, which is key for long-term success. Furthermore, AXA Engineers doesn't just stick with current best practices. They don't rest on their laurels. They're constantly looking ahead, utilizing cutting-edge tools and techniques. This ensures that their clients are always ahead of the curve, always at the forefront of BIM innovation. This might involve integrating advanced computational design tools, perhaps for generative design, or deploying cloud-based common data environments for seamless real-time collaboration, or maybe leveraging AI-powered analytics for faster, more accurate quantity takeoffs or clash detection. By staying right on top of the latest technological advancements, AXA ensures its clients remain competitive and future-ready in what is a constantly evolving tech landscape.
That long-term vision, that focus on continuous improvement and actually empowering the client, that really does seem to set them apart. It's not just about delivering one project successfully. It's about fostering a lasting capability within the client's own organization.
And here's what truly makes them, I think, a unique partner. It's a testament to their enduring philosophy. They're genuinely with you for the long haul. Their commitment extends to ongoing support and proactive updates. What this means is your optimized BIM workflows, they won't just become static over time. They'll keep getting better. They'll evolve and adapt seamlessly, even as the industry itself shifts, introduces new standards, develops new technologies. This demonstrates a remarkably forward-thinking approach to civil engineering outsourcing. It focuses on sustained excellence, not just temporary fixes. They establish dedicated lines of communication, they conduct regular performance reviews, they implement feedback loops, all to ensure continuous alignment and ongoing optimization. AXA Engineers truly specializes in transforming your project workflows. By providing that expert design outsourcing and those comprehensive services tailored precisely to your unique needs, they really excel at handling the most complex, the most challenging design tasks, which in turn ensures your projects run seamlessly, on time, and crucially, within budget, mitigating those risks we talked about right at the start.
It's crystal clear, isn't it? Their commitment goes far beyond just the immediate project delivery. They seem deeply invested in the sustained long-term success and the continuous evolution of their clients. It really is a genuine partnership model.
Yeah, and if we connect this back to the bigger picture, AXA Engineers prides itself on delivering these innovative, high-quality solutions that specifically allow you to focus on what matters most, which, for any ambitious business, is growing your business. Their support means you can strategically divert your valuable internal resources away from those complex, time-consuming, often repetitive design and drafting tasks. Instead, your in-house teams can dedicate their expertise to higher-value strategic initiatives, like cultivating stronger client relationships, innovating on your core competencies, exploring new market opportunities.
And that ultimately just frees up so much valuable internal bandwidth, doesn't it? It means your internal team can truly thrive. They can focus on creative problem solving, on strategic oversight, rather than getting bogged down in operational minutiae day after day. So it's about much more than just efficiency gains. It's about enabling strategic growth, elevating your firm's overall capacity. When you engage in civil engineering outsourcing with a partner like AXA Engineers, you really benefit from their highly skilled team, providing superior service, unparalleled attention to detail, which inevitably leads to new levels of efficiency, innovation, and sustained success for their clients. It's really about achieving more, but with less internal strain. Outro. So we've seen today how a strategic partner like AXA Engineers doesn't just, solve problems in the civil engineering outsourcing space. They fundamentally empower growth. They foster continuous innovation. They build these truly enduring partnerships. From tackling those inherent frustrations like the BIM bottleneck and detailing the very real, often unseen costs of inefficiency.
Yeah,
They're painting a vivid picture of streamlined, cost-saving workflows, and then backing it all up with those compelling real-world client testimonials. Well, their profound impact seems pretty clear. So after all of this, after this deep dive, what does this all mean for you, for your firm's future?
Yeah, this really raises an important question, doesn't it? A question of strategic foresight. In a world that demands constant evolution, rigorous optimization, unparalleled precision, an industry where every minute, every dollar counts more than ever before, can you truly afford not to unlock your project's full potential? Can you afford to overlook the transformative power of having a dedicated partner, one who is clearly committed to your long-term success, to your innovation, to your strategic growth? It's not just about doing things better anymore. It's about doing the right things better and doing them with the right partner.
That's a powerful thought to chew on. It really puts the ball in your court, doesn't it? If you're ready to elevate your design processes, ready to embrace truly cutting-edge solutions, and experience the kind of operational and strategic transformation we've been discussing today, the kind that moves your firm from just competing to actually leading. Well, AXA Engineers makes it incredibly simple to take that next crucial step.
That's absolutely right. It's very straightforward. All you need to do is visit their website, schedule a free consultation, no obligation. With their team of experienced engineers, they'll take the dedicated time to really understand your specific challenges, discuss your unique project goals in detail, and collaboratively begin crafting a personalized, actionable plan. A plan to enhance and optimize your design processes. Whether you're grappling with highly complex, challenging design tasks right now, or perhaps looking to scale your capabilities more efficiently, they are there. They're ready to ensure your projects run seamlessly, on time, and crucially within budget, consistently delivering those high-quality results we've talked about.
So, ready to revolutionize your approach, ready to bring new levels of efficiency and innovation to your civil engineering projects. Let AXA Engineers help you optimize your projects and unlock your full potential today. We genuinely hope this deep dive has given you some actionable insights. And please don't forget to follow us for more discussions like this. And let us know your thoughts in the comments. We truly appreciate your engagement. We'll catch you next time.